Boom! What is up, everyone? Let me get my screen up here. What are we doing? And boom, there she is. Where's my music? Good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. A little CPI action this morning. We are sitting right on the level here. Oh, the video getting smoked. Looks like SPX is holding that. What's up, KB? Damn, Mita. Where are we at? What's up, Cliff? Sorry, I'm just gonna get my bearings here. All right. NVIDIA's not participating here. I really want to get short. I just can't pull the trigger on that short yet because it looks it looks really strong. This right here, this area, I just got too much going on here. Boy, fighting the urge to try to fade this because look how strong this is. What's up, Willie C? How's everybody doing this morning? What are you guys up to? Trading wise, anybody get long on that? See some of you guys coming in. Oh, it logged me out. Let me log back in. There we go. I shorted earlier previously high for that pullback, but this thing's a little too frothy right now. SPY make a new all-time high? By 2 pennies. Right. We did it. What's up? What's up? Is that a Roldy? Geraldo? Don't find a decent entry on either side. Yeah, kind of just letting it calm down for a second. Yeah, you wonder if they test these highs. It's tough because like I really want to fade this back down, but I can't ignore how strong this is so far. Where did we opened 733. We do have a gap down here. Let this first 15 minutes work its way out. If you're long, I don't blame you for being long because previous day high broke. I mean, we held it like right here on yes. I mean, there's kind of your confirmation. Here's your previous day high level, right? You pushed above it, you fell back under, came back up, immediately held right here. Something to watch. Right at all-time high. Tough short, yeah, tough short this, tough to long this. What do you do? Yeah, will they cut rate? I mean, it's up to what, 94% chance. I'm gonna refresh this for September. 92. It's been bouncing from 90 to 94 on that piece on the rate cut. All right, let's see if we can fade this move. Trump is considering lawsuit against Powell for Fed building loss. Boy, I mean, right on the freaking level too. It's gotta fell into this level to get short. I yeah, if you're gonna be sure, yeah. So it's tough. Like if probably NQ is a better one to short. We're right on the 6,400 level. This really needs to break. There is Cliff. There is some data on. I know there is on FOMC. I don't know if there it is on. I don't know if they have it on CPI. Let me double check. Oh, there it was. I saw it. Yeah, there is CPI. Boom. Yeah, guys, I am not touching this. This is actually a really important point right here. So sorry guys, I am processing a lot of information all at once right here. Sorry, I hit some of these questions. You guys know how it is here the first little bit. A lot of action. I haven't called out any trades. I've scalped a couple little things here and there as a scalper, but nothing to really call out yet. Boom, let's crush this thing. Let's go back down to like 620. But this is a pivot point. This is where all night, This was all night. This is with the upper highs here. So if it holds here, looks okay on NQ, but boy, if it fails this, it gets ugly. SPX also it's another look above and fell of 6400 SPX. Now we have a gap fill to the downside. That's gross. What Willie's saying here is very important though. When things are like hectic and out of control like this, like it is like you can strategize down and trade like just on momentum, but it is not easy. Anytime things are out of the ordinary, I pull back from trading just because I'm always the whole point of trading is to try to have an edge, right? You're looking at 4, 5, 6 things, trying to piece together okay, here's the highest probability directional move or change in the direction, whatever if you're trading reversal, whatever it is. The hardest thing is to look at that and go, okay, well, I need this and this to happen. Well, if it's happening, and it overshoots when it gets really volatile, you'll overshoot a level. Boy, this thing looks gross. If it goes any lower, we don't want it to. And we got the president over here saying, basically, if you don't lower the rate, I'm going to sue you over the building cost. Look at that bounce. Big bounce. Let's see if we backtest and reject up here on ES. We still have a gap fill down here. I always click on that customize instead. Let's see, size of the gap, 0.42. It's actually less than 50% to fill that gap. To fill this down here, but you have CPI thinks it get really wild. Yeah, I'm still hands off here, guys. I mean, like I said, I can click and scalp like a few points here and there for fun, but this is where it needs. Okay, this is where it needs to reject right here. Let's see if ES rejects here. And then that's where you can try to reshort. It's actually a couple points higher now. 3 points higher. Yeah, it's like right here. Boy, here's my flip spot for the day. It's 23 area of ES. I really want to go short. All right, we got to see what happens right here on the rejection. This is where I would try to short the back test. This is pushing over. I like this, Willie. This is where you spend $100 and try to pass an eval. That's the rejection right there. I want to get in Q short. All right, I tried it. First target, 362. Second target, 620. My average is 702, actually. A little bit late. So I'm a little bit late to the trade, but it was better. I was better, in my mind, better off being late right here than early to this. All right, remember I'm trimming right here the CPI low. I've got it sitting at like 663, 664. Right here on the pivot point, I should probably trim. Come on. All right, there it is, right there. Yep, 39 points. I just took off half. Just be safe. I'm not letting this trade go red. NVIDIA and AMD chips are getting smoked. All right, well, good start to the day. There's 50 points. Should I take? I really don't have anything to lower. So. Come on, crush this thing down. 620. Come on. The video just lost 180. That's good. Drop it low, girl. Drop it low, girl. Come on, come on, crush it. Come on, come on. Is that the gap fill? Yes. Gap fill. Take a little trim. Take a little trim. Take a little trim. Gap fill. All right. One little trim there. 60. All right, I got it right here, 70 points. Come on. Come on. Pull it down. Pull it down. Come on, give me that full target. 620. Come on. Oh, what are we doing? No, what did it touch? You kidding me? 622. Oh my god. 622 is the low. I'm at 621. Oh no. It was such a tease. You guys saw me put this right here. I front ran my level by 2 points, and they front ran me by 1. It's all right. I already locked in, what, like 2/3, 3/4. How much did I lock in? Let me be accurate here. Yeah, quarter of position left. So 3/4 I've locked in. When I saw it gap fill, it's 38. The good thing is our opening candle is, unless something crazy happens right here, we're gonna have a red opening candle. Still have a gap down here on ES and SPX. Let's go to SPX. Yeah, still got a nice little gap beat down there. That's 6,400. Boy, simmies are getting smoked. Just give me the 620. And then I can hold. Oh my gosh, what are they doing to him? Need a reject right here. I really don't want to let the quarter position come all the way back here, but well, that was brutal. Cliff. The nice thing is I've locked in 3/4 of my position. Need to reject here. And right here needs to reject on Q. Maybe up to 81. Where did we just come up? Yeah. This is where it needs to reject. Come on, send it back down. Send it back down. The video's trying to bounce right on 180. The video is definitely bearish today. Yeah, I mean, I got my, I made my money, so like, I'm not gonna like add or push back into this. This is gonna wake up here at VWAP and take me out. This is back over, so like, that's okay. There's my stop. Boom. I would not be opposed to reshorting this. But I don't like this. I don't like what IWM's doing. The midpoint of the orb right there. Look how much stronger ES and SPY are. I'm not reshorting this right now. This has to get right back under. All right, we're gonna get, in 20 minutes, we'll get a lot of data that will help us. This is a engulfing 15-minute on SPX though, and it's back over. Look how different we look like on the NASDAQ though. First hour, bearish so far, high, we should break the low. So I'm kind of predicting here, but I do have conflicting data. Opening candles still forming, IB still forming. Both are bearish though, based on the IB. Previous day's range is bullish though. We took out previous day's high. Gap fill is bearish. We did fill on NQ. Not filled on ES. Only 64% filled on ES. RTY half gap filled. RTY is at high of day, or IWM, whatever you like to call it. How many of our big names are bearish? Well, everything but Meta so far. Like I said, another 20 minutes. I really I really wanted to re-hit that short. That's okay. This needs to get back under here, under 2018. Well, I'm glad I didn't try to reshort this because look at this right here. I think we'll have another shot. Right now, this is a bullish first hour. This is a bearish first hour. With left, we could easily be right back up here. I'm gonna probably just wait this out. Wait, IWM is ripping. I already have so many lines in my chart, so I got the CPI fibs drawn on here. Right back to the half back. This is what's so much stronger over here. Cliff, I have not tried it yet, but it is live now with execution. That is really interesting because like it's one thing to have like alerts on TradingView or whatever and manually execute your trades, and some people are probably more comfortable with that. But the fact that you could have some of these like orb and IB strats with the high probabilities set up for you and just takes the trade with, I mean, you could be at the golf course, you could take the trade. You could be at work, GB, you got that long? I'm kind of waiting for this next 10 minutes. Yeah, so like that's what the big thing is, Glyph. So like if you can literally just completely set your roles and your strategy, I'm just not convinced that we don't come back down. I can't short this thing, but I want to because of this. This is keeping me out of the short right here. That's the midpoint of CPI that we're rejecting. Go ahead and close this candle back over. If you're long though, 750, 760 probably on the docket here. It looks pretty solid. Got 10 minutes until that data comes in. What's up, B plus? B plus, you knocking out any trades? You probably got long down there, didn't you? Boy, Nvidia is still weak. Tesla, Nvidia, weak. Costco, weak. AMD is red. Amazon is still red, coming back to green. I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted to short. I'm just sitting here. Got those Amazon puts. Dave, no, there's no data like macro data that comes out. What it is the first hour of the market. A big piece of my strategy that I use with Edgeful and the data around that first hour of the market. There's high probability things that happen based on where the first hour finishes, right? So like what the first hour of the action is. So like that's what I'm looking for. CPI can always be choppy. That's that R1 up there, 760. SPY looks like it's going to take out the high. There's 5 minutes left still. QQQ is going to be right, like very in the middle. Where's semis doing? Interesting. A lot of bullish looking price action here. If you only trade in Q and you don't watch what the other things are doing, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. Because look at this, how much stronger ES is. What a tease down here, 1 point away from more money in my pocket. previous day high on ES. Where's SPY? Yeah. Oh yeah, SPY looks like it wants to go get that all-time high the way this is acting. Minute 20. This is your key spot right here. If we close over this, you have to look for these two things up here, based on that first hour. Yeah, every day, Trump. What's crazy is it sounded like Trump literally said, "I'm going to sue cut rates." That is insane. Volume drying up a little bit. There was 1,000 lots that filled at 750 earlier, by the way. I saw it during the CPI. Somebody threw 1,000 lot on there. It filled right at 750. There's your first hour of data. So we have a couple things. We have the high form first, the low form second. That's normally this. But the first hour is bullish. So we got to watch out for that. That's conflicting. High form first, low form second. But look where we are. It's like right there. Also, here's first hour, bullish. Previous day's high was taken out. That's bullish. Technically took it out here, bullish. So I have more bullish than bearish factors here. Nothing that's like super clear to me. But if I had to take a trade, which I don't, thankfully, if I had to take a trade, I'd be buying dips and looking for this. Probably on ES since it's stronger. QQQ, the thing that's going to bug me all day is this. If we take out this, it's not a problem, but previous day high was broken, so we should close above this. Technically, we should close above this on that stat. So, yeah, one stat above here, or whatever. One stat above this level, one stat above this level on Qs. SPY, one here, one here. Well, it's a tough call. This could turn into a really choppy day. Six green candles in a row in the 5 minute. I'm not buying. Maybe if you get something that prints like candle here, a candle here, so it like makes this little like 3 candle kind of little flag. Maybe you get that. That's tough. Previous day high, just getting bought here on SPY. Yeah, looks like you're just going to go higher. Trump says trillions of dollars are being taken in on tariffs, which has been incredible for our country, its stock market, its general wealth, and just about everything else. Has been proven, even at this late stage, tariffs have not caused inflation. Massive amounts of cash pouring into our coffers. Huh. A victory lap on tariffs from Trump. Like there's your one red candle, and then now it's pushing. You guys doing anything here? I can't get involved here. I would have to go long. But I really don't like the long. Yeah, this is tough. Tesla not getting any bounce at all. Nvidia just now coming into like pre-market lows and the 21 EMA. AMD bouncing back. A lot of things stuck. Google looking okay. Broadcom looking decent now. CrowdStrike looks good. Meta looks good. It's kind of weird action. Faces, I have to learn to let go of my bias. I rely heavily on the Edgeful data that says the low form second is more likely to break first, but it's clear as but yeah. So like you can use multiple data points. So that's kind of what I was doing in my head there for as well. So like IB by rejection, so you're talking about the high form first and low form second. That's bearish, but I can look at some other here. Let me go to what's in play actually. So like, let's go to QQQ. So the gap fill was actually not like a high probability, but that's filled, so that's out of the way. IB by rejection is bearish, but look at this opening candle, bullish, previous day's range, bullish. So like I'm going through like 3 or 4 data points here going, okay, even though one of my favorite ones is bearish, I have like 2 other ones that are telling me bullish. Do I want to fight that? I really don't personally. Like when I think about this, let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. When I think about this, I don't really want to fight against 2 strong statistics here. If I go to the detailed view, you can see. So IB by rejection, 67% chance that we break the low first, but 85% green day based on the opening candle, 71% green day based on previous day's range breaking. I mean, I have 2 things telling me different. So like if the stars align, that's when I like step on it, right? When the stars align, I'm like, all right, I'm taking this and I'm willing to risk, you know, however many points or whatever, maybe a wider risk than normal, because I know, like, for example, if I was just going off of, let me go to, let's see. Yeah, I mean, this is a tough one. I mean, like yesterday, okay? Low formed first, high formed second. Price action was fine. The first hour was bullish. So I had like multiple data points being bullish yesterday. So taking this long yesterday, looking for this break, was a lot higher confidence setup. And then of course, once it fell, but that was a much higher confidence setup than today when I have the high form first, a low form second, but the price action's already done this. The first hour closed here above the open. And I know we took out previous day high. SPY, I even have more. We're sitting up here above the previous day high. So like, even though this formed first, this formed second, I can look at 2, 3 other data points. Previous day high, first hour of the market is extremely bullish, and go, do I want to try to fight this short when this price action's happening and I have 2 data points that tell me this today? One that's telling me, you know, at least above here, and one that's telling me above here. So that's where like you start to weigh the different things out. Like, I mean, price action has to go into effect too, because like if I look at like this 15-minute engulfed right here, this 15-minute engulfed the previous one, that's bullish, and then we got a little continuation here. I mean, we didn't even come down and fill the gap. QQQ also came off of a gap fill, big reaction back to the big down candle here, but a big reaction right back up. And then look, the next candle, you break over this. Like, that's not something I really want to fight, because this is momentum this way. So if I'm looking for this, I'm fighting price action, and then of course I can look at other data points and say I'm fighting this as well. Previous day high already broken, that's just directionally this way. Yeah, so it's like, training your brain. So that's the exact way to put it. Yeah, so yesterday, there's some context clues as well. So yesterday you had this CPI this morning, right? Which we got on this candle here. Yesterday is the day before CPI. So are people in the market really going to like, I mean, I try to think about like the psychology side. What are people in the market most likely to do? So if I look at this, if you were long anywhere during this last, what's this, 1, 2, 3 days. So like the last 3 days of last week, if you were long You're coming into this day, and it kind of makes a little new high, and then when it starts to like fade a little bit, people are going, okay, let me lock in some profits. I'm long from here. Let me lock in some profits here ahead of CPI. So that's another piece of like just kind of context clues of where we're at and what's going on. I think you would have been fine on that long, Willie. I mean, you're holding 9 EMA here. You're still above previous day high. You had several green candles in a row. You got your red candle. Now you're starting to get bought back up above it. You're probably going to make this move. You're probably going to test these highs again on the yes. The other thing that I think about here is like on both of these, last night we were trading down here. And I mean, just a few moments ago, we're trading down here and we just made this big of a move. Hard for me to get long after this big of a move. Hard for me to get short when the data is bullish and the price action is bullish. So I can sit here and take my one win for, took off half of it at what, 40 points and another quarter at like 60 points. Like, I heard a American Eagle, whatever EEO headline there, something possible negative, but I don't see anything happening. Willie, what? Yeah, you got bottom ticked on a stop, and I couldn't get the bottom tick of a trim. It's just the day it's been for us. This is a tough area, and like the good thing is we have a whole day, right? That first hour of data, if anything, is going to keep me out of trouble. But look, big move down, big move up. What do you want to do? Do you want to try to fade this big move up? You just made two pretty big moves. Do you think a lot of people, probably smart traders, are probably looking at this area right here? Like, let me see what happens first. I mean, not everyone's using Edgeful, but a lot of people are probably looking at this in a pretty similar way. We just have data behind it instead of just general analysis. But anybody that's just analyzing this clearly, they're going to look at this and go, okay, huge move up on CPI, faded the whole thing. They bought the dip. What happens next? Do we just kind of like consolidate for a second? Does price do something like this and then pick a direction, or this, either one? It's kind of like the wave. Like, you guys ever think about like a wave? So like, if you have like a big splash of water, like does like this, right? And then it like kind of, gets smaller until the next wave comes. Almost like a heartbeat. It's kind of how the market moves. If you think about like big move, big move, big move, and it starts to like retrace smaller and smaller and smaller like this, and then you get the next move, that kind of stuff. Doesn't always have to be like up and down like that, but like a lot of times, like you may get a big move like this, and it'll retrace down, and then it'll like retrace part of that move, and then it'll come back here and get tighter, and then it'll do this, and then it'll come back and kind of do like this again. I mean, that's kind of how markets move, right? It's funny, like you think about a lot of times you get this move up, then you come back like down to the midpoint of that, and then from that move down to the midpoint, then you go back to the midpoint of that move. Like it's just kind of how some things work, right? How strong this is on ES over here. Very strong. NVIDIA not the greatest. IWM new high. What else is moving out there, guys? Looks like the NQ is kind of consolidating below yesterday's value area high. I think all-time highs are near above us too, so I don't know. Yeah. Hey, what do you do? I mean, bulkier action yesterday happened right here. Do you long into all-time highs? Like some data would tell you yes, but your risk to reward, like where are you taking the trade? That one's tough. I mean, if you're taking a trade from here to here, like I get it, but oof.
Nice red candle buy there on PSQ. That clip is 78.6 pips.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do with this.
I know that little liquidity graph right there at 30
Nice crack.
Oh yeah, it was.
Now the other thing we could see is if this takes this out, but in that QQQ and NQ don't. If this sweeps and comes back down like this, then your better short opportunity is going to be over on NQ because, say, like we just do like this. So like if SPY does this and NQ is the weaker one and does this, I don't know. I'm not super excited to take a trade here. Look, SPY's got room to that all-time high, and that all-time high, this is actually interesting. So the all-time high is right at a 0.5 extension of this IB range. So you have your range here, first hour, a half extension of that, so half the size of this extension takes you there. It's interesting. There's your orb high break, new high day. Yeah, look, 21 EMA, got your red candles. This was probably the correct buy. And then you're shooting for this area. Intraday new all-time high on SPY.
That's cool.
SPX still not there.
Squeeze it, baby, squeeze it. There's 70s, 80s on NQ. ES broke. Ow, I think NQ is follows suit. I'm gonna hold my runner up to go for a potentially higher high over 822.
Oh, gonna be a boring day for me unless something changes. It'll be a very boring day for me this afternoon unless something changes. The only other thing I could think about would be like this area right here on ES for rejection. 450 and R2. Probably a decent spot to give it a shot. Way higher on NQ, but NQ's weaker. I mean, this just looks like a whoop. Sitting around doing nothing is just as important as trading, by the way. So that one possibility that I was thinking about where SPY whatever, the S&P does this, QQQ does this. You break this, you retrace to here, maybe you retrace to the midpoint. Then you could possibly get something like this, maybe a move down here. But I don't like the risk to reward. Boy, Tesla. Some upper wicks on Microsoft. Apple still looks pretty good. Yep, look, getting bought up again. I'm glad I'm not fighting this. What do you guys? Yeah. So this is kind of what I was talking about. I mean, once again, you have a big move up, you have a big move down, and a big move back up. Like, you should kind of cool off a little bit. Maybe make another move, but you gotta like load the cannon, you know. Put some more gunpowder back in. Pull the slingshot back out. Let things get tight again. Apple's squeezing. Microsoft's coming down though. Gosh, Meta new all-time high. Well, the news wires got so quiet after this too. Yeah, I looked at gold. I was talking to Nora this morning on our space about gold. He called out this 80 level. I don't love this though. You look at gold on the daily, it's back below the midpoint of this like range. So this range it's been in since what, late April. It's back below the midpoint. Well, I can't draw a straight line. There we go. It's tough though. Oh, look how tight your moving averages are. There's a 9, a 21, a 50, and a 20. Like, okay, 50-day moving average is orange right here. This yellow and purple is like a 9 and 21 EMA. That's all right here. And then the 20-day moving average is the green. I know it's hard to see on the screen, but you have all these moving averages right here, and you're below them. That's tough. Yep, I think you're gonna get this move. You could probably long this for the high. Oof. Right where this order block is. There you go. Surely you get this high, right? I'm watching this on ES for a fade. Oh, yeah. Oh, this price action is going to put me to sleep now. The other hard thing to do is like, so I was short here, right? Somewhere in here, I was short this move. If I would have got like basically full profit here, I probably would have looked to like flip back right here. See, here's the other thing. Like in my brain, I sat here and I looked at all those data points and I said, okay, even though the high formed first, the low formed second, same thing on SPY, high formed first, low formed second. I saw that first hour bullish, the previous day high. Previous day high broke right here. And I didn't fight the short. Oh, man. Typing out a post on this. We're about to break 800. Look, here you go. Here's your move. I don't want to miss this though. If this does reject here, I don't know that I even like it that much. Boy, still just chugging along. Did you get that long, Willie? There you go. This is probably the right move. Was just long ES and long off of EMA support, previous day's high. Come on, ES, go ahead and squeeze up there and hit it. Apple just broke 230. I just want to see if we can get a reaction right here. Not gonna chase it. Patience, patience, patience. Yeah, a couple of screenshots for this tweet real fast. There's the squeeze. All right. I'm getting interested up here around this 850 and this spot right here. There's the spot. Let's see if it rejects. One, two, three, four, 5 candles in a row. Maybe another 15 minutes, but probably get this pull back to here. Maybe he'll pull back to here. You have high probability of getting back to this 760 at some point today, but this looks like a squeeze into all-time high mode. I mean, that's a tough thing to fade. I don't know. Yeah, so I didn't get in on the long. That's okay. But that was what the data was telling us. I mean, goodness gracious. see what happens. I'm really thinking about shorting this right here. It's all-time high right here on the S&P. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna pull back without me. See what this next candle does. Is that half a point away from new all-time high? Come on, just do it. Yeah, all the data was telling me up. And that happened, so now I'm looking for, this would be the breakout, and then you back test. So like on ES, for example, you should come back, after you break this high, you should come back to here at some point. In Q, you should come back to here. All right, I think I'm gonna try it. Watching to see the reaction here. Yep. Still go a little bit higher. We're so extended right here, though. There's a short opportunity. I want to blow the top off. I have my fingers on this trigger. All right, I'm doing it. I'm going to try it here. Took a very small starter. See if we can get back down here to 820, 810, and then really down here is the statistic. That's yes. EQ. 71% of the time you come back to the 25% level. That's what I'm looking at against all these levels up here would be a retracement back down to this area. We can take that one off. Probably should have shorted ES. Oh, this is more of an overextension trade than anything. We'll see if it works. Look how far we are from like the EMAs. Dang it, I'm almost out of time on my stream. Alright, we'll see what happens here. It's hard to be short on a day like this, right? There we go. Come on, a little bit further. Give me this data high right here, 22. I'm going to trim at 25. Come on, give me that trim. Give me the trim. Oh. It wicked off of my trim is sitting here, 25.75. Oh, it's teasing me. There's the European close. Come on, wick down. Wick down. It has touched my trim twice. And there it is, 20 points out half. Google selling off. Perplexity is making Perplexity is making a bid for Chrome. Google and Apple are getting hit. That was timely news. Patron, immediately put your stop down. So worst case scenario, I can have a slightly green trade here. Which strat, Lee? Which strat are you talking about? See why I trimmed right at the data high here? This is still too frothy. That's why I put my stop down as tight as I did. And that's why I took off half on the first trim. Oh, that strat, that is back to here. So like, here, let me go to NQ. So here's your IB high, here's your low, that's your midpoint. This is the 25% retracement point, so yes. So it's 70% chance that you make it back to here at some point during the day. You don't have to, but 70% chance that that happens. 30% chance you stay up here and never come back. Well, we didn't even quite get there. We didn't even get to 42 on ES. So a lot of times if one of them makes it to R2 and it doesn't just reject hard, the other one makes it to R2. Yeah, it's back over that level. Now it's over this level. So this looks like it's going higher. So I'm probably gonna get stopped out here very soon. We'll see what happens. Nvidia still looks strong. Apple, they bought up that news candle. Google's still getting hit though. IWM's making a new high. Yeah, everything's pretty strong still. No, Nvidia's playing catch up. Yeah, there's no sign of rollover here. I could probably take off the rest of the trade right here, break even. That'd probably be the smart thing to do. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the ES trade. Oh, why? I mean, what's it? 1 point difference. Might as well just leave the stop. Looking like a flag to me. We'll see. All right, I've hit my 2 hours here. Oh, all right, so that stopped out. I do have to jump off if you're. I'm just waiting. We'll just watch to see if this stops out. Either way, guys, the plan is to trim again, probably right here, IB high. And then if we can get back to that, honestly, it's like what, right in here? If we can get back down here somewhere. That's the trade idea. If we come up here to 85 to 900, I will definitely be trying again up here. But I have my risk bases set here to where I took a 20. It was a 25 points basically on the trim, right at 25 points on the trim. So this is a 10-point win on the second, or what, a 10-point net win on my position. It's gonna go ahead and stop me out of the net right here. All right, guys. Well, I gotta get out of here. Hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Data was super bullish. That's why I took a scalp trade here only. Yeah, this thing's going higher. All right, guys. I am out. We'll see you guys on Thursday morning. We have PPI on Thursday morning, so we may have a similar setup, but one good trade win, second small win here, protecting profits, adding a little cherry on top is all I've really done here. And I'll call that a successful morning in my book. Stayed out of trouble, didn't fight the short on the way up with the data from Edgeful. And we'll do this again on Thursday morning. We'll see if we can get a little bit better action. I wish I would have got in long on this right here. That's going to bug me throughout the day. But either way, here we are. Appreciate everyone that tuned in. And we'll see what happens. I'll be over, I've got spaces, I'll be in Discord, all that good stuff as well. So you can find me somewhere pretty much every day. And then, of course, Tuesday and Thursday mornings right at Market Open, right here on Wolf and Edgeful, both YouTube and X. I know a lot of you have been on the YouTube lately, which I don't blame you guys. I think the YouTube stream is a little bit better. But either way, appreciate you guys. I'm out of here. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you guys on Thursday.